Did you know that you can destroy the Popo shields from below as Hibana? It is pretty easy in this yellow-pink meta. In this video you will learn how to play Hibana, how to use her gadget to the fullest potential, and the right mindset of her. Let me know down in the comment section which operator would you like to see the next. Timestamps are available as we'll start with the very basics. Hibana is a free speed 1 armor operator that brings a solid assault rifle if you can handle a somewhat recoil. Don't take Supernova, even if I will be using in this video, just for the sake of effectiveness of showing some advanced tips. Bearing 9, more like recoil 9, use that gun, but a tip on how to control recoil of that gun? Well, you don't. Some people say to use iron sights, or silencer, or whatnot, that it makes recoil better because it at least looks like less. But if you close your eyes, then you won't have any recoil. You're just hurting yourself with playing iron sights. As for the flashes versus bridging charges, if you don't have a vertical player such as Bug or Sledge, then you might want to go for bridging charges. Flashes are great in some situations, but as well as to waste ADSs or magnets, so the secondary gadget is really dependent on your team. Let's see the basics of Hibana's gadget. Hibana has 18 pellets overall, that you can shoot by pairs, either 2, 4 or 6. This will come very handy later on, and one of the biggest reasons why she is really good. These pellets can destroy soft walls, reinforced walls, hatches. You can also open up breakable floors. She also can counter castle, and only 2 pellets are able to destroy it. It's important to note how her pellets will not be caught by ADSs or magnets, so she's the best way of destroying castle barricades as she needs just 2 out of 18 pellets, and she doesn't need to waste ADSs that might be there. Just like if we were on Cavalry against this shop castle barricade. His primary role is opening up reinforced stuff, as previously mentioned, whether it to be hatches or walls. Some of you probably know that Hibana also can destroy the Popo shields if you put Xeros next to the shield. Also at the very start, I had given an idea that you can destroy any shield from below. Just ping it and destroy it from afar. Hibana is also a really strong counter to Mira, as if just 1 out of 18 pellets hits and activates on Mira window, the Mira window will be gone. Keep in mind if there is bandit, kite or mute. Bandit versus Hibana. Bandit can bandit trick Hibana easily if she shoots just on the wall. Here is Bandit's perspective. But it also can somewhat easily bandit trick both of the walls if Hibana tries to open up both walls. Here's Bandit's perspective. A lot of people still don't know how they can bandit trick even 2 walls at the same time against Hibana. You can also do this against Termite and Hibana, but you have to aim for the Termite first. By the way, Thatcher cannot stop you bandit tricking. Kite versus Hibana. The same thing applies for hatches or reinforcements. Kite beats Hibana, especially if he's kite tricking. You need not just 1, but 2 EMPs. The first EMP will disable a clue that was already being put on the hatch, whereas the second EMP will disable the follow-up. Here is Kite's perspective.
That generator and setting down an ADS as well, so there'll be just a little bit extra time that'll need to be wasted now by Force as they go to work inside of the bar and over towards kitchen.
Yeah, and this is...
It is important as Hibana to activate the charge before shooting another one, as you're risking more chances to get destroyed by Kite or Bandit. Mute versus Hibana. Well, Jammer just jams the pellets, if there are walls such as Cash on Club, where you need to just open up a small line of sight towards it, so trying to counter Mute by shooting it on one of the bottom corners will do its job, as you will be able to see in the Pro League. Obviously, if you have Thatcher, then he's counted to the jammers.
Harder for Team Empire to be able to do that again.
Some X-Kairos go off, but the mute jammer there will prevent the majority of those pellets detonating.
So what are you looking at are the pictures what termites should destroy. Full information and the info on what each color means can be found in my subreddit, and the link can be found in the pinned comment section. But if you're the only Harbreacher, you most likely want to prioritize these walls to be opened. You can open up, in the same round, 4 hatches and a peak hole. You can open up 9 crouchable holes like this, or 4 crouchable holes like this, with 2 pellets spare left. As Hibana, you can waste a Rooney's gadget 6 times after destroying precastle barricades, and so on. Hibana brings a lot of utility. Let's talk about the tips behind her gadget. So, how to make crouchable holes. All that you have to do is align your top of the ranked gun on the top of the anchor point. And that's it. Now, if you're facing the other direction, you need to align your crosshair at the bottom part of the red line. This works the same as with soft walls. Sadly, there is nothing to center your crosshair on this one. It's all down to practice. Now, if you want to use just 2 pallets for the crouchable holes, then you will need to find 2 reinforced walls that are next to each other. Then you will need to ask Sledge or Buck or anyone to open up the middle part and just align in the same way as you align the previous methods. You can make reinforced walls soft, but I'm not going to showcase that as that's considered as a glitch. Therefore, I will ask you guys not to share this in the comment section on how to do it. This all is very consistent till a bug like this happens. A few more situational but advanced tips. You can open up some electrified hatches such as on the consulate if you shoot the side walls of the toilet's hatch, and then the hatch will be opened. Actually, don't waste any of the chargers here, as having a line of sight from the Z towards garage is pretty strong, and you can take the other 4 charges as if you will be opening up the toilet's hatch. With all these tricks in mind, let's talk about Hibana more practically. Aside from opening up important walls, Hibana shines because she can shoot them from afar, and you know exactly where they will end. For that reason, for example on coastlines against pool hold, opening up 4 walls as thermite is a big no-no. But Hibana comes very handy to it. For example, on CC cache defense, after opening up the CC wall, the following one is usually reinforced. Therefore, opening it so you could contest people on the catwalk is pretty big. It doesn't need to be that long distance. Getting the Shaika wall open to push any defender by this corner is mandatory for any Oregon tower push. Run consulate when you're pushing away people from the connector when attacking top floor. I'm pretty sure that you got the point. The fact that she can shoot pallets from afar is pretty big, and you can use it on all maps. Another reason why Hibana is powerful is because of the impact tricking. First, if you shoot pallets on the feet levels, they cannot be impact tricked. Any, and I mean any termite charge on the wall can be impact tricked, regardless if you open up the wall with a sledge bug prior to it. That doesn't help. Hibana also counters impact tricking the hedge because to stop her opening up the hedge, you need to impact trick her successfully 7 times. And that's at least for operators with the impacts. Hibana, just how any other operator, has not a fixed role. Now, most of the guides will tell you how to enter with Hibana or how to drone with her. And that's not something that Hibana is unique for, and not something that you are looking for when you're going to click this video. I have made both guides for the support and entry frag in the top right corner if you're interested. What you might be interested is when to pick Hibana over Termite, Ace or Maverick. So let's compare these 4. Side note, keep in mind in some situations, it's really good to have 2 Harbreachers. In this comparison, we'll be thinking about how you have a slot for just 1 Harbreacher, and you cannot take another one. Hibana versus Termite. Hibana cannot be impact tricked. However, she is easier to bandit or tricked. Both operators bring flashbangs, and breaching charges are considered better than claymores. So if you want to help sledge your back and bring hard breach, then bring Hibana might be a good choice. Thermite can make John holes which are required in a lot of situations, especially for Monty, Ying, or Glass threats. Some rush threats. For example, using Hibana on the console's garage wall won't give you that much space to push, unlike Thermite. Hibana is 3 speed and Thermite is 2 speed, and 3 speeds are generally better. If you need hatches to be opened, then Hibana is your operator. For solo queue, I will recommend Hibana due to having a more versatile loadout. Hibana vs Ace. Ace brings the better loadout by far. Smokes are the best friends for the solo queue, but also a great friend in the team composition, especially during the execution. So if you need a hard breach and smokes, Ace is your guy. A huge downside of Ace is that, after his first charge, everything else is easily impact trickable. So if they have brought enough of impacts, maybe you won't be able to open at that wall anymore. If you're not afraid of being impact tricked, then go for Ace, but impact tricking is very prominent in the higher MMR. Ace is an S tier solo queue operator. Hibana vs Maverick. Maverick truly shines with a teammate. If he has a teammate, then any wall, you name it, will be opened, and no one can stop you. Maverick also needs to practice a lot opening up the hatches and the walls, because if he screws up Maverick tricking, which you can find in the top right corner how to, then opening up that wall is going to be very but very hard mission. He brings frags, so that's also better than flashes in the most scenarios. As for solo queue, he's an okay operator. You can open up walls even if you're solo, but different techniques have to be used.